Alright, we have our DigiBird set up here. Basically what we have is we have our control module, which looks like that on the underside. This one here is off a different unit. It's an integral speaker that you can see there. That's the green unit. You can see that this thing is mounted into plastic right now that's probably a 32nd of an inch thick, and it's glued in place. So CNCing something for this thing to mount to could potentially be a bit of a nightmare, although I have some ideas on that we can discuss. On this one here, you'll see how the button is basically placed in the front, and that's what it looks like from the back wire to the unit. What they've done on this one is they've given us quite a bit of extra cord. It comes out the bottom. You can see there are two speakers facing up. We're looking at them from the underside. Control module, as I talked about, you can see this one has no speaker. And there is the white wire. Following that comes through this box, which we don't need. There's the button, which again is just a square block, which is going to be a bit of a nightmare to mount. I think we're going to have to glue it in place from the front this way through holes, and then strap it from the back so somebody doesn't press so hard and push it through. And the other challenge we're going to have is the on-off switch and volume control are both on this side of the box, and this is where the speakers are going to be blasting up. So we need to figure that out, and this is the access here for all of the birds. Everything's hooked up in parallel, each of the birds having just this little individual clip that basically goes in place. That's the bottom of the bird. You can see how tight those screw holes are, and that's a base that basically comes in from the underside with the bird basically going to sit on it, and these screws, which are about the size of an eyeglass screw, somehow we have to be able to mount. And Claire's going to push the magic button now.
Yay.
Push it again. There we go. So everything is working with our test birds that we have here. These are actually 3 that came with that original unit there. That's just a piece that fits in here. That was only just for us to be able to see the birds and so on. I think there's about 10 or so songs. We're not going to be able to use this because obviously it's designed for a group of birds to basically already sit on and mount in place. That's just tape from the underside. So we will not be using this box. Basically have to take things apart, and that's where we're going to have to figure things out. What I'm actually thinking here is potentially cutting away some of the plastic components here and affixing them to the boards, or utilizing this entire piece because it has the screw holes around the edge and mounting it to the underside of an MDF platform, although it's huge for what we're doing. The only reason it's this big is because it was designed for these 10 or so birds display. I have a feeling we have to take this all apart, but as I'd mentioned, when we're doing that, everything you're seeing here is basically siliconed in place, so a bit of a task. I'd rather keep the molds. We don't want to be making another mold unless we ask him for the mold files and stamp it out of steel. But anyway, that's what we're up against, and that's what I want to discuss a little bit with you, and I will leave you with another song. Have a good day.